So everyone is concerned with the SNES Classic, and if you pre-ordered it from Walmart, you're pretty much sitting on the edge of your seat hoping that your pre-order doesn't get canceled. I made a video on this yesterday. I did some research into it. I talked to Walmart customer service, and it seems like if your order hasn't been canceled, you may indeed be okay, but there is still the risk. There is still a chance that maybe they did goof up and maybe all the pre-orders will end up being canceled. But today I was scrolling through my YouTube subscription feed and I noticed a video from a YouTuber called SmashJT, which is a channel I recently discovered through a podcast, and really good content. Make sure you go check him out. I'll put his channel in the description box down below, but make sure you subscribe to me first and watch this video first before you go check him out. But anyways, he made a video talking about ThinkGeek having some NES Classic Edition bundles, and I was like, okay, well, either this is a late upload or maybe he didn't put the S in front of the NES, but no, sure enough, ThinkGeek had some NES Classic bundles available for sale today on their website. And this was pretty confusing to me because obviously, you know, everyone's thinking about the SNES Classic. NES Classic? What is going on here? So I watched his video and he made a very interesting point, which I'm going to highlight right now.
But more importantly, do you think it's shady? I think it's super shady. But for those of us in the market to get an NES Classic, here's your chance. I guess it's the last chance until the next one.
And that point really resonated with me because it does seem shady. It seems like there's something else going on here. So I want to talk about this today because I think GameStop / ThinkGeek is doing some really shady shit. So I'm sure most of you guys know this, but in case you are newer to the channel, you live across the pond, whatever the reason may be, let's talk about the GameStop ThinkGeek situation. So obviously GameStop is the biggest video game chain in North America. They have stores all over the place, over 7,000 locations. Well, about 2 years ago to the date almost, they purchased a company called ThinkGeek, which was an online infrastructure of nerdy stuff. So like, you know, action figures based on video games and TV shows and movies and stuff like that, t-shirts, basically memorabilia and stuff of that nature. And it was actually a pretty smart decision for GameStop to pick up because honestly, let's face it, physical media, while still strong, is definitely feeling the burn of the digital age. And a lot of people are choosing to digitally download their games because of ease of use and convenience and whatnot. So I totally get why GameStop picked up ThinkGeek. And ThinkGeek sort of operates as its own entity, but also operates as a GameStop entity. So there are individual ThinkGeek stores still out there, but there are also implemented into GameStops. If you go to my GameStop in my town, about 1/4 of the store is a ThinkGeek store. There's all sorts of memorabilia and stuff. And honestly, I like some of their stuff. You know, they have like stuff like, you know, puzzle sets and action figures of video games. They have the Pixel Pals, which are really cool little light up things. But ThinkGeek and GameStop are one and the same. So do not get that confused. GameStop owns ThinkGeek. And today, evidently, just completely out of the blue, some NES Classics went up on ThinkGeek's website, and there were those bundle things. Yes, you know those bundle things, the one that GameStop does for Nintendo Switches, because God forbid you just let someone buy a Nintendo Switch, you gotta put it in a bundle. And if you look at some of the Nintendo Switch bundles, they're pretty out there. There's actually one right now that has a Legend of Zelda bathrobe included in the bundle, and it's like $450. A Zelda bathrobe, who wants that? Okay, I totally want that Zelda bathrobe. I would wear it and nothing else and just like walk around my house and like go outside and have a cigarette, walk to my mailbox, wave to the neighbors. Hey, look at my Zelda bathrobe. I'm completely nude under here. But besides me, I don't think many people want a Zelda bathrobe when they're picking up a video game console. But maybe they do, and they're gonna end up selling like hotcakes. So GameStop is known for these bundles, especially with hot items. And so ThinkGeek put up some bundles today for the NES Classic, and most of them actually honestly pretty decent. The one that I thought was the best was one, it was like a Tetris lamp, the Playing with Power book, which is a fantastic hardback book that I really liked about the NES Classic, and of course the NES Classic system. It was $150. So honestly, you know, with the NES Classics go for what, 200 plus now still with the scalper market. So honestly, not a bad deal for 150 bucks. Worst case, you could sell the Zelda lamp and the book, recoup some of your money, and probably play, what, $100 for the system. So, you know, still over MSRP, but not bad considering we are in July 2017. But then I got to thinking here, where the hell did these NES Classics come from? okay? Manufacturing of these things stopped, what, in December, January? I think it was December Nintendo said they weren't making anymore. So what was out in the market was out in the market. So where did these come from? We're in July, 6 months after the discontinuation of the manufacturer date, and all of a sudden you have enough to put them up on your website, to put them in bundle deals? No. Something shady's going on here. So here's what I'm thinking. As an ex-GameStop employee, I know that GameStop does some shady stuff. I know that there are some very questionable tactics that go on in GameStop. You don't just, come across some NES Classics like, hey, we didn't sell these? Well, great. Let's go ahead and sell them now, guys. No. I'm thinking that GameStop basically held back stock, and I think they're doing it with other systems too, and it's a way for them to promote these bundles. Like, when you think about it, why are these Nintendo Switch bundles currently a thing? Why are they not just selling the system individually? Because they're holding them back so they can sell these bundles with a bunch of stuff that you probably don't want or don't need, so they can get some extra money off of them. And considering the NES Classic has been discontinued for 6 months, for them to pop up on ThinkGeek's website in these bundles is very, very, very shady. And I don't like it, because obviously what that means is at some point in time, they stopped selling them in stores, or they held back inventory, kept them at a warehouse, kept them at corporate headquarters, wherever, and then decided, you know what, a couple months down the road, we're gonna resell these, and we're gonna put these back out on the market, and we're gonna make some money off of them. We'll put them in a bundle, and we'll sell them. Because let's face it, that Tetris bundle that I thought was so good, the math doesn't really work up on it, because if the system is $60, the book is $30, that's $90. So I'm paying $60 for the lamp? So you're price gouging. You're essentially scalping here by putting these items that are probably individually less expensive than if you bought them in this bundle, because I want the NES Classic. Look, the only reason I got an NES Classic was because a viewer of the show happened to come across an extra one during the heyday of it and was like, hey, do you want it? And I was like, yes, what's your PayPal? Give me your PayPal information. I will pay you gladly for the system and shipping. And yes, of course you can go the retro Pi route. I totally understand that. I do emulation. This has like everything on it. I have an Xbox with everything on it. I get emulation, but I also like to collect these interesting items. I also like to play these interesting items and review these interesting items, and there is a market for them. So for GameStop to hold back stock because there's no other answer, you cannot give me another answer. These did not just come in fresh off the boat from Japan, Nintendo of Japan. We did not just walk into a warehouse and say, "Whoa, NES Classics, let's sell them." No. They held back stock, and that is bullshit. And GameStop, ThinkGeek, whatever you want to be called right now, you deserve to be called out on this. So I'm pretty upset about this, honestly, because it's screwing over consumers. It's screwing over people who didn't get a chance to get the NES Classic because you wanted to put them in these bundles and you wanted to make some extra money. And it's very shady. I can't think of another explanation, and it's bullshit. So let me know what you think about this in the comments section down below. These bundles sold out in 10 to 15 minutes. They are currently unavailable. Will they be back? Who knows? Maybe GameStop will come across some more in that random warehouse where the spiders are and the snakes that come and bite your leg. And maybe there'll be some more up on ThinkGeek's website. Once again, check out Smash JT's channel. Thank you for him for bringing this situation to my attention and sort of getting me riled up to have a good topic to talk about today. Let me know if you picked one up in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching this video. As always, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and maybe give the video a share if you want. Maybe your friends and family want to see my ugly face. I'll catch you guys next time. Later.